forgetting to lower the volume before that countdown starts. Let me light a candle, yeah. Okay, it looks so bad, but I can't even reach in it anymore. I have to use a different candle to get in there. But anyways, hello Yap Nation. Welcome. You know what? It's GDC's universe, yeah. Wait, the wax got on me. GDC's universe, because it's my world, you know, like that's the whole point of it. But oh, let me tell the time. It's Thursday, the 25th of January, 1:34. But we will be discussing about the 20. Did I say Thursday the 24th? Thursday the 25th. But we'll be discussing yesterday. But okay. I wasn't even gonna record this, so I think this is gonna be a short little video compared to, you know, I don't even realize I'm recording for that long. It all just adds up. But anyways, I had work today. It was fine. Like nothing new, nothing major happened. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to recap everything. Because but actually no, I'm not. Let me not recap everything because I can't even remember. Let me go through my day. Yeah. Oh, actually, wait. Should I go through my day or should I go through what I was thinking first? No, let's go through my day. So today, had work. I woke up my alarm was at 10. I woke up at 10, woke up to my alarm at 10. But I went back to sleep. And then I went to work started at 12. So then that was that. And then I came home at 9 o'clock. And I'm trying to think, did anything happen at work today? There was this customer. Let me tell you, yeah. So there was this customer. She called. So I was on my break. And this customer calls, and the phone is connected upstairs and downstairs. So I'm upstairs right now, and she called. So I was waiting for someone downstairs to pick up the phone, and no one was picking it up. So I was like, let me answer the call, okay? I go and I answer the call, and she's speaking Dutch to me. I'm like, oh, sorry, I only speak English. She was like, that's fine. I just have a question. I was like, okay, ask away. And she was like, so I'm looking for this product. I called earlier, and your colleague told me. Okay, so wait. Let's recap. Yeah, she was like, okay, hello. So I called earlier asking about a product, which is this box. It's this not decorative, it's a gift box. And in Rotterdam it was €1. And when I called your store, when I called your store earlier, I told your colleague that, and your colleague was suggesting a gift box that was €4. And I was like, okay, do you have the code? And I was like, okay, so in my head I'm like, okay, so she already has her answer that we don't have the €1 box. That we don't have that €1 box she's going on about. And she was like, oh, but when I was speaking to your colleague, I didn't know the code. So I've gone onto the website and now I have the product code. And I was like, okay, can you tell me? So she says the code of the product, and I'm like, okay, I see here, I can see the product that you're talking about, and we don't have it in stock, right? I told her we don't have it in stock because, to my knowledge, since I'm not full time, I have a 3 to 12 hour contract, babes. I can't be living there. But she goes, oh no, she was like, okay, but I have the code. And I was like, okay, well, I can see like what you're talking about, and we don't have that product in the shop. We have something similar, and it's €2. Okay. And she was like, oh, so what's the difference between the €1 and the €2? Did I invent did I invent these products? Did I go to the factory? Did I hand put like did I is it handmade by me, by GDC, by Gabriel Dela Cruz? Like, was it handmade? Like, is it an original piece by me? Do you know what I mean? Like, she was like, what's the difference? I was like, girl. I wanted so bad to be like, girl, how do you expect me to know? But what I said was, well, from what I can assume, because I don't know the product like, I've never seen the product that you're talking about. I'm assuming that maybe they're different prices because the €1 one is smaller than the €2 one. Like, because that's logical. Yeah, that's just a logical that's a logical explanation. All right. And she was like, okay, um, but will you be getting, that, what's it called? That the €1 one. And I was like, I don't know. So I went downstairs, because I was upstairs, as I said. So I went downstairs and I was like looking at the, like, where this gift box would have been put, like, would have been placed in the store. Um, just so I can like look at the €2 one, because I knew we had a €2 one. And I go and I notice, I'm like, we have the €1 one that this lady is looking for. But I didn't say it. I didn't say it to her because I was supposed to be on my break. Like, at the end of the day, I shouldn't even have answered that call, you know? I was just being a kind person answering that call. And so I told her, I said to her, look, how many pieces do you need? And she was like, well, I'm looking for 10 pieces. And I counted like the €1 pieces that we had, and there was only 6 of them. So I didn't bother offering it to her. I just said to her, I said, listen, we get a delivery every week. So if we receive it, would you like to get a call from us to let you know that it's in our store? And she was like, yeah, that's lovely. Like, I'll give you my number and, like, please call me. I was like, okay, grand. So I took her number, and then I I took her number and her name, and I told her, I was like, okay, so if we get ouch, sorry, I like hit off my piercing. I told her, I was like, look, if we get it in the delivery next week, then you will receive a call from us, but I cannot guarantee it. And she's like, okay, perfect, thank you. Sorry, I need to clean my rook piercing, lads. Like, it literally, it hurts. I thought I had a keloid. Did I say that? I know I told Randall. I thought I had a keloid, but then it's just a piercing bump. But so this lady, she was like, "Oh, so when is your delivery?" And I was like, "Girl, like, obviously I know when the delivery is, but I told her, I was like, sorry, I don't work delivery day, so, and like they arrive like whenever the company just sends the product, so I can't give you like a specific date. Just wait for a call, or like hope for a call, but if not, obviously, as I said, then we never receive the product." And then she was like, thank you so much, like, thank you for your patience. I was so close to just hanging. I was literally on the brink of hanging up. Like, I just wanted her to stop speaking, because why was she speaking so much, right? So it ended again. I still haven't updated. I think it's because I haven't updated it, my Mac yet, to like the latest version or whatever, but I don't care. I haven't updated, so I'll just keep cut it. I'll just let it play and then just try pay attention so it doesn't like turn off. I don't forget like when it turns off. Like I don't not know. I um so I noticed that it's turned off. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, this woman is crazy. No, she's not. Let me be kinder. But I was just like, my patience was like so low. I was like, what is she like? Please, like it was 6 o'clock. Oh, I forgot to mention as well. Like she called at like 6:05 maybe, around then. She called around then, and I was like, oh, I'm upstairs right now. So, oh, I'm upstairs right now. So I can't really like, I can't go downstairs. Oh no, I didn't say I can't go downstairs. I just said, well, I'm upstairs right now. So like, just ask me your question. And then I was like, so I was like patient with her, whatever. And then she was like, no, no, no. Okay, I'll just call tomorrow. I was like, okay, are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'll just call tomorrow. Fine. So that was at 6:05. Then at like 6:07, she calls again. And I'm like, hello? And she's like, oh, I thought you guys were closing, which is why I said I would call tomorrow. But you're not. So let me just ask. I'm just going to ask my question. I was like, okay. And then that's how the whole thing happened. And I was just like, was it really that serious that she needed these gift boxes? Like, please. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, some people have, like, parties and events and, like, anyways, let me not complain because I'm so grateful for today. Today was such a good day. I was alive the whole day. I'm still alive. I'm breathing. I woke up today. Thank you, God. And then that was kind of it. Nothing really happened, to be honest. But I was it was so cold. Um it was so cold and so windy. My umbrella, oh my gosh. Anyways, um it's 1:46. What time did I start recording? Anyways, the thing I wanted to talk about, there was something I wanted to talk about. Oh, like when came home, like had food, and me and Mateo, like my cousin, stayed downstairs, and we were just like talking, and we were watching YouTube or whatever, and then we had to let Maya out, the dog. We had to let her out, and it was like, let me see what time this was, because I took a video at 12:03. Oh, it says 12:03 on the video, but it was like 12 o'clock then. That means when we let her out. So like I opened the door and I look outside and I was like, why is it so bright? Like I was like, why is the floor? I was looking down at the ground. I was like, why is it so bright? And I look up because I was like, maybe there's like a light on upstairs, which is like on the ground. And then I'm like, I look up and there's no light. There's no light on. It's just the moon. Like, girl, okay, moon. Okay, moon. I didn't know she was like that. Because, no, obviously I knew she was the light in the dark, She's the moon. But what I didn't realize was how, I just didn't expect it to be that bright. So I was like, kind of like outside. I was like, what? Why is it like bright? And so Mateo was like, wait, what are you freaking out about? I was like, look at the floor. So I told him, I was like, look at the floor. Look up. And he was like, why is it so, he was like, he was looking at the floor. He was like, why is it so bright? Like, is there a light on upstairs? And I was like, no, it's the moon. So he like looks at the moon. And I'm like, it's the moon. And he's like, no way, it's the moon. I was like, right, it's the moon. Like, I didn't know. And then, I mean, I was looking at the moon. And you could see like the crater. It was so clear. There was not a cloud in this. Okay, that's a lie. There were some clouds, but there were so many stars, and like you could literally see the craters on the moon. I never really look at the moon, which is really bad. That I like don't pay attention. Not that I don't pay attention. It's just that sometimes I forget to pay more attention. Okay, so I was like looking at the moon, and then all of a sudden I'm like looking at it. Not all of a sudden, but I mean I'm looking at after the moon, the stars. I was looking at the stars. My eyes so dry. I was looking at the stars, and I was like, I pointed out to Mateo. It's freezing cold, by the way. I'm like shivering because I only had my hoodie on. And I was like, Mateo, isn't that the Big Dipper? I don't know my constellations now, but I was convinced that that was the Big Dipper. And he was like, oh, look it up, look it up. So I looked it up. I was like, okay, let me look up the Big Dipper. Or is it called yeah, it is. The Big Dipper. I looked it up. This is what the Big Dipper looks like for those who don't know. So I'm like comparing like the picture to the stars that I'm seeing there. And I'm like, oh, it's like it like I think it's the Big Dipper. You just have to I was like turning my phone. I was like, oh, you just have to turn it this way. And you see the Big Dipper. And Mateo was like, I think that's not the Big Dipper. I was like, oh, okay, it's just a bunch of stars. And he was like, yeah, because it's like the shape of it is not right. I was like, okay, whatever. So it's not the Big Dipper. Anyways, Maya came outside, and she was like running around the back garden, and I saw like I like turned. I was like facing this way. Me and Mateo were facing this way. We were facing that, and then I like turned, and I turned this way. I turned this way. Like, what's this? Clockwise. I turned clockwise, and then so now I'm facing there, or I'm facing there. I was like, Mateo, it's the Big Dipper. I'm like, I turned, and I'm like, Mateo, it's the Big Dipper. And he's like, wait, I think he's still awake. Let me text him. He was like, are you still awake? I'm telling the video diary about the Big Dipper. Oh my days, we were literally pissing ourselves. I was like, damn, the Big Dipper's right there. And he was like, oh my days, it's actually the Big Dipper. I was like, yeah, it's the Big Dipper. And it was so funny because it was much closer to us than the first like I don't know even know if it was a constellation, but the first set of stars, and then this one was much closer, and it was much clearer, like the shape of it. Now I don't know how constellations work. I should probably, but I think we learned in primary school. I don't know. But I was like, oh, so like there it is. Like we were looking there the whole time, and we were pissing ourselves. And I have a video of us laughing, but I don't think you'll understand any of it. We thought the Dipper was over. Oh, Theo, you can kind of see it. Why is it the light? We thought the Dipper was there, but the Dipper is on the other side. Yo, and actually, you can actually see it as well. Oh my days, wait. See this, yeah. Wow, it's literally just me. Wait, how can I show you? If I lower the brightness here. Okay, no. You won't see it, but it's literally like, oh, there, maybe you can kind of see it. Like, do you see those dots? That's the Big Dipper. That's crazy. I'm gonna take a screenshot and send that to Mateo. But that was literally so funny. And then we were laughing as well. So like before we went outside, we were also laughing. We were like, I don't know why. I think it was just because Mateo had a nap during the day, so he was like giddy or whatever. And we were laughing because I kept saying that like Yap Nation, we're the founding fathers of Yap Nation. I want to have a podcast, right? I feel like I would be such a great podcaster. Like, because, hear me out, yeah? Imagine me in a studio, or like, not even a studio, but like on a couch, like one of those podcasts on a couch, and we just talk. I can interview people, I can have guests, I can just talk on my own, like answer questions, Q&A, like, okay, when's it happening? And then I'm gonna call, what am I gonna call my podcast? I'm thinking like Yap Nation. It's so funny. It's so funny to me, like Yap Nation. That's so funny. I don't know why. Does this? How do I turn it on? Oh, it's here. Oh, you can barely. It barely does anything. Oh, there's a bit of light. That's my reading light. But I haven't read in a while, to be honest. Oops. Um. But yeah, I'm gonna think of my podcast. Like, should it be like something something with Gabriel, or should it be like GDC's something something? You know what I mean? Like, should it be like? Also, I keep talking, like, not talking. I mean, like my initials, GDC. I feel like they just flow so smoothly, which is why I use it. I use it a lot. Like, even for like this channel, it's like GDC's universe. It's so cringe. I'm trying so hard not to cringe at these things because um because what did I say? I'm trying not to cringe at these things. Is that what I said? Um yeah, I think that's what I said. Sorry, I'm saving this on Pinterest. Once I have long hair, like I want to braid my hair. I actually can't do braids, but do you know what I mean? Like just have a, because my default is just ponytail, ponytail, half up, half down, or just down, and it's like a mess. But I want to be able to do like nice braid. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, being embarrassed. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like, even what I'm doing right now, that like this is embarrassing, but I'm enjoying myself, and I feel like there's a lot of people that like it's easier said than done, because a lot of people say like, oh, like don't think about what other people are saying or what other people are thinking of you, but it's like really difficult, of course, to just ignore everyone. But at the end of the day, it's like, at the end of the day, it's not that funny, is it? Do you know Isaac, Isaac, Isaac on TikTok, the one about the orphans, um, that TikToker. Anyways, I keep forgetting. Oh, like, you just have to do things for yourself, and I'm trying to learn that. Like, yo, I'm telling you, growing pains is like the best way to describe life once you hit 18. Because ever since I turned 18, I feel like I've been experiencing like growing pains. Not physically, but emotionally, mentally, like growing pains. Let me, if that is that a podcast title? Podcast. Oh, growing pains. Because growing pains, oh, it is whoever the fella. Oh, growing pain. Who? Oh, I think I know them. Who are they? Oh, because their last name is Payne. Okay. Growing pains. Podcasts and shows. Oh, there are a few podcasts with the same name. But that's not. I feel like there's a lot of podcasts with the same name. Um What was I saying? I need to stop saying that as well. What was I saying? What was I saying? Girl, just remember, you know? Um growing pains. Because like, oh, I started realizing that like I've always felt that I've put myself first. Like I've always thought that I actually like did a good job of like, putting myself first and like prioritizing my values, my morals, but I like obviously, the basic stuff. But then I realized a lot that like over the past few years, like there's people or like things that I let not guide me, but take the front wheel on the front wheel, take the front. I don't know what the word is. Like they would take the driver's seat and I would take the passenger seat and I'd just go along. Do you know what I mean? I'd let them be the deciding factors for me over certain things, like for example, friends and like people and other people, and just like feeling like I want to like, how do I even express it? What I'm trying to say, like for example, if a friend of mine were to say like, "Oh, let's do this," knowing that, and I knew that I didn't want to do that, I would want to do it just for the sake of doing it with my friend. Do you know what I mean? Because if I didn't do it, then they're not gonna like me anymore. They're gonna want to stop being my friend. And like I don't know how to set boundaries. Like I'm still figuring that out, like how to set boundaries and also like communicating my feelings. Like I'm a very open person. Like I talk about my feelings a lot, and I'm not afraid to talk about my feelings because I'm very emotional and I'm a sensitive person, like I'm very like I get hurt very easily, and I know it's not personal, or they don't mean it directly. If a person says something and they don't say it directly to me, then I start to overthink and overanalyze everything, like friendships and like, like those kinds of things. Like I'm still very much aware. I feel like I'm very aware that I shouldn't be doing that, and yet I still do it. Like I still think of what others think of me, and like friends. I don't like being the bigger person all the time. Like it gets old. It does get old, and I feel like now that I'm like um I don't live where I grew up. Like I'm in a different city or whatever. I don't see the same people every day, as in like the people I grew up with. I don't see them every day. Like obviously you're going to grow apart from some people, and that's okay, but before I I've always thought that like if I've been friends with someone for 10 years, then that means I'm going to be friends with them forever. It doesn't work like that. Who would have thought? It doesn't work like that. Because like I and then it's and it goes the other way as well. Like who would have thought that someone I've known for only a year would hold so much meaning and would teach me so much about life? Like I really like growing these growing pains. They are, I'm gonna cry. I'm getting emotional. Why am I getting emotional? Why am I getting emotional? Let's chill out. Let's chill out. But like it's really like when you start realizing things like this, and it's like that what they did to me was wrong. At the time it didn't feel like it was wrong, or at the time I just let it slide and I apologized, or just so there was no argument, or um it's okay that they did that, because I know that they wouldn't do it again. And I know that they did it because they just thought that they didn't know that it hurt me. I should have said, I take the blame. Like, I should have said that it hurt me because then they would know. But at the same time, it's like, now that I'm like looking back at it, I'm like, why did I let people treat me like that? For lack of like, not that I was ever treated horribly, but it's like I had no backbone. And like right now, I don't think my backbone is very big. I don't know if that's how you describe your backbone, but like, not that I have a great backbone now, like when things happen, but I'm learning that I have to stand up for myself in ways that I know how. Like, I'm confrontation, that's fine. Like, I'm fine with confrontation. If there's an issue and you confront me, just let me know. Just let me know. But if you act like if you expect me to assume how you're feeling, then that's wrong, you know? And if it gets to that point, then I'm just gonna stop talking to you until you tell me what's wrong because I know I'm a good person. Sometimes maybe I am too honest or I overanalyze everything, I overthink too much, but I know deep down that I'm a good person. Like, I try my best to be good. And obviously, I know I like, and obviously, like, I can't say that I I don't know how do I, like, even though I'm a good person, I can't say that I will always be kind or good with words and expressing myself. I might misspeak, like, God knows how much I misspeak, and I don't think before I speak sometimes. And obviously I understand there's issues with that, but at the end of the day, my intention is never to hurt anybody, or cause anyone any harm, or anything like that. So that's why I feel more comfortable protecting my peace in the way that I know how, in the best way I know how. Does that make sense? I feel like I just rambled, but like, I'm so tired. Sometimes it's tiring. Sometimes you just want to log out of everything and just not talk to anybody. Like, that seems like the easiest thing to do because then there's no issues. And I even like, even now, I'm thinking, like, how could I have handled things better? Or, not that I regret it, but I always wonder, I always have like, I'm always curious, and I always think about like what could have been, but it wouldn't have happened that way if it wasn't supposed to, you know. And everything is, you know, like, everything will happen in due time, and things happen when they're supposed to, and things like that. Everything happens for a reason. That's the one. But yeah, it's hard to navigate through this. Like, I don't know. It's navigate to different. I cannot speak. I don't know how to speak. Wait, I need tissue. I got cut off again, which is really annoying me now. Like, it's really pissing me off. And, but I was gonna say, on my back, I was gonna say that the other song is The Archer. Please, like, you know, when people see through me, that is so scary. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. It is terrifying. J'ai peur. I'm scared. Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this cutting off. So I'm just gonna end it here. genuinely sick of it. I feel like this is long enough for tonight, because I feel like, because I'm tired. It's 2:14. I'm gonna sleep at like 4 probably, because that's what I usually do. But anyways, that's the end of today's video diary, or the video diary for yesterday, because I'm gonna film again today, technically, time wise, like actual time wise, because I know a lot of people are like that. Like, I would say tonight is we're still like the 24th. Anyways, okay, besides the point, what am I gonna do? Is there anything else that I'm missing that's vital that I wanted to talk about? The founding fathers, the Big Dipper, the pod. Yo, if I the day no, I'm not gonna say if. I'm gonna say the day that I have a podcast, or something of the likes of a podcast, or like even right now, obviously, like, I'm doing these video diaries for like through with my laptop, but obviously, like, I also do want to vlog and stuff, like filming outside of this, and like just doing normal, like, not that this isn't normal, but I mean, like, yeah, just doing other things. I hope, like when that day comes, like I can look back on this, like, this is really a video diary. Like, I just want to look back on it and see like myself grow as a person, because I also wanted to do like take a picture of my face every single day for a year, and I just didn't do that because I gave up. But just know that these video diaries, there's a chance that they can get rough, because sometimes, like, the way that I just burst out crying over some things, sometimes, like, some, like, people can testify. But anyways, it's 2:16, and I'm gonna say peace out.